I ran programs. There was an electronics company, which is no longer around, in Scotts Valley that I taught at for a while. Then the city programs, and then I did privates. I did do a class for about a year at XMX in San Jose. I rented time, so to speak, from my friend there, but never owned a school.
Naeem likes to ask people, what was it that got you into martial arts? Was it not wanting to get into a fight, or was it something happened, you get bullied?
Like we were talking about before, probably first and primary was, I think, self-esteem and fear.
Really?
Yeah. I think so. As an older adult now, I think back, and I know I had some fear issues, even though I got into a lot of trouble as a kid. I wasn't a real good example.
You are not the first to say that to us.
Yeah.
Mike Cardenas, he was like, I didn't want to be afraid. I didn't know what to do. I'm a little kid. A little girl would scare me, and I'd be, and freak out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I would lose control, and then I would get into fights, and because I was fearful.
All right.
So I was that aggressor that you were talking about.
Right.
And I just felt that I needed to put something in my life in check. And
I think that's what he did.
I think so. What you were saying,
said it before.
I identified a lot with what you were saying today.
Because I wasn't a very likable person at one point, and
Yeah.
You have to whisper.
Yeah, I was asked to leave my high school, escorted off permanently.
Wow.
Something about
But that's
hitting
a
a teacher
typical
with a
white thing
chair.
to do, though.
Oh, okay.
We get that all the time. I mean, you're out.
You're out of here, man.
I'm looking at Breakfast Club.
No, he did not get Saturday.
Cupertino High was never the same after I left.
Teachers were on the lookout for chairs.
Only the dean of boys, and then I got drafted 5 days later. Go figure.
Wow.
Wow. You're in the military then?
No. They 4F'd me because of my high arches, and I had already messed up my knees. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you were a troublesome boy.
Yeah, I was. But I grew from that. And
it's so funny because martial artists are like that. When we first started, we were a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
And then something...
Wait, what happened to you? You're still...
I'm still an asshole. Well, I'm the instructor, so I could say that way.
That's true.
I didn't grow out of it.
You're better
But you know what I mean? We start off as these, dumb, stupid kids who are always picking on things and doing...
Yeah.
And then the teacher sets us straight.
I'll tell you, the best thing that ever happened for me is I got married very young, and I had 2 daughters, and one's a PhD, the other has a master's. My son... Wow.
It's scary how, similar to this story is.
Yeah?
I got married young. I have 2 daughters.
Yeah, I was 18, and my wife was 19. And and I turned the way I thought around from that point forward because I wanted to be an example to my kids.
Right.
And, I tried my best. I made my mistakes, but I'm so proud of my 3 kids and my 9 grandkids,
Wow, that's
They're
great.
just a beautiful family. So
Wow. 9 grandkids.
I'm going to invite you to one of our family gatherings. You'd be...
I've been to Filipino get-togethers. They are a blast. I can't wait.
I have 8 sisters and 2 brothers.
Oh, my God.
It's like 200 people at
and they all have
I'm
4 or
sorry.
5 kids each. Yeah. Some of those kids have kids.
And they have kids too,
The
great-grandchildren.
You actually need this a lot more than I do.
Oh, no,
especially when they start dating.
I love all the kids.
Oh, God,
I strive to be the favorite uncle.
Oh, of course.
I do animal balloons.
Do you
See,
pull
then-
quarters out of their ears and
Dude,
stuff?
everywhere and
He does the quarter trick.
I do animal balloons, and this just gives me he's the best.
So he does that for fun. He
He does it
sits
for
at
you?
work. No, he doesn't. He does it for my daughters. One day, my youngest was like, "I want a chainsaw," and the next day he came with a balloon
makes a chainsaw.
He made a
balloon
chainsaw
chainsaw.
Oh, no
balloons.
kidding.
Yeah, I do some crazy stuff.
Oh, my God. You're like your buddy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're clowns.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dangerous clowns.
Dangerous clowns.
yeah, that's
We won't
funny
take that
'cause,
away from you.
I teach balloons, and I also teach people to kill each other.
Well, it's just a fine line that separates hate from love, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
razor's
I have the whole
edge.
spectrum going.
Oh, that's terrible.
Where do you think you want to see this martial arts stuff go in the next few years before you pass on?
Well, I'll tell you. So I have a goal.
You gave him a time limit.
I am. He's only 68. Come on.
Yeah. My goal is I do want to see 10th degree before I die.
Wow.
Oh.
And I still train every week. I've slowed it down. I no longer kick because my legs won't do it.
I know that.
I've quit the running because knees
yeah.
won't work like that anymore, but I still do long walks and that. I just want to be the healthiest older person I can be.
Right.
I'll never be a great martial
Leave me
artist.
alone.
See, there you
Example. I'm trying to get him to do the same.
That's true. You know what? I've always said, it's like some of my friends say, you need to use the term master. I said, no, I don't use the term master. I said, there are people like you, there's people like him. You guys are masters, not me.
No,
I'm
not
just
me.
a simple teacher.
Well,
That's
they're the
all.
guys that don't.
I'm a
wanna
simple
use master
practitioner.
either.
Me and Danny have never used master.
No.
No, we say kuya, which means
Kuya.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay,
that's all we
sure.
do.
I-
Shirt is this is the biggest title
I
we
can't
give
show
people.
you mine.
Yeah,
It's-
the biggest
they
title
would
that we
censor
have
it.
is brother. We're all just
No, I
brothers.
have the same thing. No, and that's what I like too. I'm not a great martial artist. I'm a good martial artist, but I'm not a great martial
I'm
artist.
so-so. I have my moments. I get lucky.
Yeah, me too.
When I close my eyes and I swing and I hit, like, yeah, I'm awesome.
Well, I'll spin this, and sometimes I cut my wrist with it, and
Sometimes I
sometimes I don't. But
That's how I feel. Some days are better than the
yeah,
the
that's
others.
right. But if I can introduce somebody to the martial arts and give them an opportunity to get some of the benefits and satisfaction that I've been able to get in my
Dude,
life,
and that is my biggest joy with this kid.
yeah.
When he first came in, arrogant little prick that he was, and we changed that.
Because I was insecure, okay?
Whatever.
So I was
I had to slap around.
There's abandonment issues on the border.
Something. No, true thing. I didn't meet my mom until I was 4, going on 5. Yeah, but I mean, she
Right from the womb.
we're done with this. She left. No, she had to. It was for health reasons that she had to leave.
No, I
Because
understand that.
I was born into poverty.
Yeah.
That pot belly that you see on TV. It's because they have parasites in their stomach.
Exactly.
It's not food.
Yeah.
And I was that kid. I had the
Yeah.
parasites.
He still does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still
So-
Well, no, it's because I've been hanging out with you guys, so I've been kind of imitating
he's
the
getting
belly.
Yeah.
It's bad.
We always say that any Filipino martial artist.
Yeah, that doesn't have a little belly.
If they have a bill like this, they actually are the masters. They're the top guys usually.
Well, you know why? Because your belt will stay up over the love handles that
That's
you
right.
have and the belly. It'll never
We
fall off
use the
you.
belt just to hold it up.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's not our ranking
I'll
system.
never be able to go in another karate school again.
No, it's not. You.
You.
We saw you. We know what
That's
you
right.
said.
And forget the MMA thing. That's over now. And the state will probably fire me tomorrow.
There you go. Well, let us know. We could always use you at our place.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, because apparently I'm getting hired by his brother. So.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You can be our grip boy. We have a lot of equipment when we go shooting stuff around.
Yeah, have the guy with the bad knees carry everything. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to see him cry.
We'll give him a 30-minute head start so we get there at the same time.
Wait a minute. They already do that for me.
That's what we told him at 12 instead of 1.
You ought to see him when he's teaching me cane, and he says, "No," I said, "the back leg swings are." Hits me across the leg. He says, "You're frustrating me." Then he starts laughing. I said, "No, you're faking it."
It's funny because Nain came in here and tried to, because Nain had been watching his videos, and Nain is very receptive. He learns, he watch something. Not only does he get the actual moves, but he gets the meanings behind it.
Yeah.
When you can watch a video and understand what's going on behind it,
Right.
then you're really learning. That's why he made that compliment about, you're doing stuff that I have never seen anybody do on a video.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You know what his nickname I gave him is? Emerald Lagasse. You know the cook?
Yeah.
Because when he moves,
Yeah.
he's kind of in that hunch, and he's so quick. And this, his
know,
whole
he-
body is into the
Does
move.
it say BAM
Yeah.
too? Just-
He does. He does. He goes, bam!
Somebody's phone is dying. I keep hearing it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, don't worry,
his,
it's on silent.
it's his business.
It's the state finding out about this video.
They're
It's,
calling you.
State of California.
Yeah, they're calling you. Do you think that the up and coming, the way that the martial arts are becoming, I mean, me and Nain have started to see a shift or a change in that traditional stuff is no longer as traditional as it used to be.
Yeah, it's
A
true.
lot- you know, we had Bob Gomez here earlier,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, I want to change some things," and you know,
Many of us have all but eliminated katas.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, you know, in
Yeah,
the
we don't
Kempo
do 'em at
system,
all.
there's a crapload of you know, and I have some disagreements with one of my good friends about katas. And I mean, they do serve a purpose.
Yeah, they, yeah.
But if you're interested in just learning self-defense, I think there's a better way to learn the technique than through a kata.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
I like
That's what
the
we
whole
all do.
theory of alphabet of motion.
Yeah.
I think, you know, Mr. Parker was real big on that. I'm real big on the clock.
Yeah.
You know, and I like the way you not only have the clock on the ground, but the clock in front of you. I think that real life situations, I think you can't pull punches.
No.
You have to hit. You
Yes.
know,
Contact
but
has
it
to
doesn't
be-
have to be full force.
No,
That's part
no,
of being
no,
an
yeah.
advanced martial artist, is being able to this, you know, a snap,
Yeah.
right?
I don't want to go home with broken ribs.
No,
'cause we
and
were
I have. I
trying
mean,
something. Yeah.
as I showed you there, right? You know, I think that there's better ways of doing it. And,
Yes.
but you're right. The traditional methods are going away.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
they
they.
need to.
I
though.
think they have to.
They have
I
to.
think
They have
that's
to
a
evolve.
necessity, right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
But you still have those diehard fans who
Oh.
want to keep their tradition alive, who says, "No, you know, we're trying to pay respects." But I don't. I think even the great masters
Right.
don't see that as a thing for respect.
Mr.
No,
Parker
change
said
it.
Kempo would always evolve because Kempo adapts to the person rather than the person to Kempo.
See,
It's beautiful.
We don't hear that a lot, though.
No.
No, you don't.
No,
and
no,
and
you
you know, there's a lot of instructors even in Kempo that don't practice that.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, because when you first
say
join
it.
the school,
They say it.
right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I've always heard whenever I joined the school, oh yeah, you know, you have to learn how to evolve.
right.
But don't change anything.
But don't
Don't
change
change
anything.
anything.
Yeah. And then you ask the question, well, when can I? And the answer will be when you're a master. You know?
Yeah. When we get
What,
all
do
the
I have
money
to
from
kill
that
you
we need.
first?
Yeah.
Basically, when you open your own school.
Yeah, that's right.
When
That's
we can
right.
profit off you
Yeah.
teaching.
Yeah, you know, it's this. I know that in the beginning, even with MMA and some of the dojos that were teaching MMA, you know, they did want to recognize that a good MMA fighter needed to be both good on their feet and on the ground. You know, and therefore traditional Taekwondo from the '60s, you know, with the open hands and all that, invalid. You know, even in the karate system, invalid. It was boxing, right?
But let me insert this name into Yoshida.
Oh.
I mean, this guy, karate all the way.
All the way.
And wins
Yeah.
using karate techniques.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
But if we're talking about original and traditional, original karate had weapons, had grappling,
That's right.
had locks, throws.
That's right.
And it wasn't until it was nationalized that it was, you know, to combat
Yeah.
the Western boxing, but otherwise...
Well, you remember when Kung Lee fought Frank Shamrock?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There is two complete different styles.
Oh,
You know, I mean, I worked that show at the Shark Tank.
Really?
Yeah, I was part of the, the promoter group. And that was a Showtime show that we did. And, you know, we in the back room, we were all taking bets. Well, okay, what happens if Frank Shamrock gets his arm too close into,
Right.
you know, will
Kung
take it and break it?
Right.
He did. Remember, Frank got his arm broken in
Yeah,
that
he
fight.
did.
You know, it was a battle. It was a great battle, and I'm not, dismissing Frank Shamrock. He was an incredible fighter, and so was his brother. You know, but Kung Lee is an incredible fighter also, and
he's got so much power in that little body.
God,
of his. Oh
those
my
famous
crap.
scissor throws of his and all
Dude,
that.
I mean, the guy used to amaze the hell out of me whenever he got up. You always wanted to watch his stuff.
Absolutely, so entertaining, right? But there's two classically different systems.
Right.
So if you can bring the best of both together,
Oh,
make
wow.
it one.
Yeah, that would be fun to
You're
watch.
a lethal son of a gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's, and I don't think that'll ever happen anymore.
No.
Everybody's just too set in their, their own way of, no, this is, I mean, we get, nasty looks about what we're doing. Danny turned this into a hybrid thing where it's not really a system. It's a way of learning them. So we can't even say that we're really FMA practitioners. We're just, it's different. I mean, you saw what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
And it's a learning methodology
Yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah, but to me, it's still a system.
Yeah.
I mean,
To an
I
extent,
understand
yeah.
the philosophical
Right.
difference
Right.
that you're talking about, but it's
But that
a
is
system doesn't have to have 700 movements
Right.
to be a system.
Right.
To me, that's in many ways that's a burden. Because it takes a lifetime to master it,
All of
and
it,
you
yeah.
never master it.
No.
It's just like the older I get, the less techniques I use.
The less
I'm
you
not
can
going to do one-on-one like this.
Right.
I'm going to go for the eyes.
I always
so I
say, hey, I'm
practice eye
so
shots.
old, I will not move unless I really have to.
And you will.
Me too.
Right?
Me
I'm
too.
not going to move unless I
So,
really have.
I mean, as we were talking about before, when I teach people to do eye shots are hard to accomplish because it's a little hole. Your adrenaline is going
Right.
like
Oh, yeah.
crazy because we don't get attacked every day, right?
Right.
So I use the little swimmer's goggles so that we can practice shooting at the eye and actually hit the eye
Right.
without injuring anybody.
We're going to have to maybe take that on. That sounds
you're-
like a good idea.
Yeah.
Listen, we're running up onto our hour.
Rest. We're getting close to
What
it.
we normally
I think.
do or like to try to do is have our visitors, our guests, do a demo of some sort. And I know
Oh.
you're, he's like,
You know what I'd rather do?
Uh-huh.
I would rather
arm
give
wrestle him.
Yeah, I would. No, I would rather actually
Probably
give you some special things that I need to do that I haven't done, and
Awesome.
I would like to do it.
Yes,
You know?
we're right here.
Yeah, open forum. Go ahead.
The what I'd really like to say is there's one man in particular that I love dearly, and he's not with us anymore, and that would be Grandmaster Roland Gonzalez, my brother. On top of that, I've made it abundantly clear, Scott Coker is one of my closest friends, not because of who he is, but because
You
he's
guys
another
came
one
up,
of my
yeah.
brothers. Javier Mendez, another one. Then Johnny, of course.
Let's just make sure he doesn't hear it right
Yeah,
now.
that's right. He's in the other room. Grandmasters Bohisans, both of them. They have all been influential. And, oh God, how can I forget? Ernie Reyes and
Wow.
Tony Thompson.
You know,
They-
when I hear Ernie Reyes, that name just rings so. I
Oh.
mean, he's been around forever. I mean,
Forever.
when I first started back in the '70s, his name was there. I mean,
Oh.
I remember when little Ernie
Yeah.
was just a little tyke, and that's how far back I go.
I did his home loan for him in Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, well, and for Conjure M. Ernie, my heart and prayers are with you and your family, okay? And other than that, my wife,
Oh,
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This has been, this was a spur of the moment thing for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I reached
Yeah.
out to you just last week.
Yep.
I said, hey, how would you like to? And you're so gracious, like, yeah, I'm
Let's
honored.
do it.
I'm in,
I know that guy. I know where we're going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we watch your show somewhat.
I immediately started going through.
See, he wanted to make sure he wasn't a liar.
That's right.
Yeah. He watched 2
Did I pass?
episodes and only 2 minutes of each one.
Yeah, okay, I got that one. I got that one. I got that one. I watched like 18 of your shows.
18 of them
Yeah.
on Bloodshot.
A minute on
32
each
minutes.
one, so that was good. So that's where we got the 18 minutes on the time.
That's what.
That's what I
what it
thought.
was.
That's what I thought. I knew there had to be a
It's
secret
funny,
code.
because YouTube, when what they do is they break down how long everybody watches any particular segment of it.
Sure.
And the average time on like part one or something, I think is like 7 minutes, which
No
means,
kidding.
and they're like 20
So,
minutes or
so
whatever.
you make it good or you lose them after 7 minutes.
Right, so you really gotta,
I think nowadays that's just the attention span.
Yeah, that's-
I mean,
that really is.
everyone they
Yeah.
get clips for a couple seconds and then moving on to the next one. You see people go through Facebook and they're like, unless they see something they're interested in,
Yeah.
and then they'll look for about 30 seconds and then they'll
and then
go
they go
on.
to the next thing.
Yeah,
So-
I do that on fights. I look for myself in the fight, and I see it, and I go, okay, go to the next one.
And the other part that we've noticed that, because we like I said, we usually had the ending segment where we do demos or whatever.
Right.
Right, right.
And if you look at it like part 1, 2, and 3, it'll have like 50 views, right?
Right.
Right.
But when you get to that last piece,
Yeah.
500.
People like seeing me.
That's
get
because they're playing themselves over and over again.
Rewinded, yeah.
It's like, boy, I screwed that one up. It's like, you really don't want to see me do the cane. I'll probably put it through my hand.
Although we had one guest, and the only guest that I've ever seen who been able to do this, and that's you, Malia. She's gotten on her part 1, 417
Oh, it actually
views.
shows who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
was
got to
crazy.
use somebody else's computer?
Yeah. But no, that's how many people watched that.
That
Oh,
that
whole
particular
conversation. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but I mean, her stories were just crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty
Wonderful,
fascinating.
wonderful.
And she's, how old was she?
She's 78.
78 years
Yeah.
old, and she's still active.
Yeah.
Dude, she's
Oh my
solid,
God.
rock solid. You can't. She punched us.
I was
We won.
impressed. I watched
Yeah.
that whole interview. That was the first one that I think I went to
Yeah.
to watch. And I went to his.
Amazing
later,
lady.
You know,
Her stories make you cringe and
her and her
laugh.
husband, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Al.
But her.
Did she ever get out a white belt?
Yes.
Yes, she finally did.
The boys.
The boys talked to Dad
Dad
into
into
it.
it. Dad, come on, it's gone on long enough. Let's.
Yeah.
And she was, and to her, it was even a big joke. Now it was like,
Yeah.
who cares anymore?
She's like, no,
Incredible
I already
martial
got
artist.
recognized by
Yeah.
somebody else, so I don't even need.
Yeah, I
your
don't
belt
need you anymore. Ciao.
She's gonna write a book that says the white belt master.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. No, she's an inspiration, and that's what I hope to be able to
Dude,
be
every time I
someday.
tell people about our show, go watch just this one, and
Just
I know
that
you'll
one.
be hooked.
yeah, it's on our main
It's
page.
true.
Yeah,
It's locked into my phone now.
yeah. She's a hoot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and man, she speaks her mind.
I gathered that she was right to the point. It was
Oh,
like,
God.
no, that isn't the way it happened.
Yeah. Oh, she scared me at some point. I was a little afraid of her sometimes.
and
I'm
I know
like,
there
oh,
was so much that we didn't hear about.
Yeah.
So much I want to.
She might be a good follow-up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely would love to bring her
Yeah,
back.
we
and
bet.
have
definitely
another
would. She
conversation
wants
with
us to. She actually wants us to go interview her kids.
her. Oh yeah,
Mark
that would
and,
be
Mark
interesting.
and Greg.
That would be
Craig.
really
Craig?
interesting.
Oh, I've been calling him
Yeah,
Greg.
and I'm hoping to, because that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
definitely.
She said when the COVID stuff dies down, we're going to take a drive up to
Yeah.
LA to go meet with her. I said, cool.
Yeah, if it
I'm
ever
in.
dies down,
Yeah,
I hope so.
yeah.
Well, folks,
Oh yeah, I forgot we were on the camera.
I know.
that happens all the
I
time
know.
when we play.
Here,
We
I
forget-
started to grab the bottle of gin.
This has been College Conversation with me, Rick,
And me, Naeem,
and our very good
special
friend
guest.
here, new friend, Clay
Casual Brasuell.
Bashful.
Casual, bad.
And in 3, 2, 1, God.